Well, hello, I hope y'all are doing well. All of this is allegedly. Let's start off with Toni Braxton and Chrisean Rock. Tamar Braxton will also be mentioned in this. So, back in November, Tamar had a Love and War, I think it was like a 10th anniversary tour. Backstage, she and Toni and some other people were having like a prayer circle, I guess, like before the performance. Tamar and Toni were holding hands. And this is reportedly before the James Wright Chanel punching incident with Chrisean, allegedly. So, while the prayer circle was going on, Chrisean Rock, who was invited by Tamar, proceeded to interrupt the prayer circle where Tamar and Toni were holding hands. She went between them and she grabbed Tamar's hand, and then she proceeded to grab Toni's hand, but Toni wasn't having it. Okay. So now Toni is getting dragged. Oh, the post on IG was just awful. This is not what y'all are gonna do to Toni. Toni is my favorite. This will not be her legacy. It will not. People are defending Chrisean, saying Toni should have been more welcoming and Christian-like. And then there's others that feel like I feel about the situation. Toni has lupus, so she has to be careful, what she touches, because she has a condition. And it was just rude. You don't interrupt the prayer circle like that. She was holding hands with her sister. It was a moment. You don't interrupt that. Chrisean, you don't do that. I don't know. This girl act like she doesn't have any home training, manners, etiquette. Did her parents teach her anything? And then her fans defend her deplorable behavior. They don't hold her accountable. She doesn't hold herself accountable for her actions. It's just sad. It's so sad. And it's just really sad. Really sad. This thing going. And Tamar, you shouldn't have invited her in the first place. Now I know you're established, but she's more current and she could bring in the numbers. I know that was going through your head. But at what cost? Something allegedly happened to your best friend. He was allegedly punched. Plus now your older sister's legacy is being tarnished due to this individual. So clicks and views and numbers, but at what cost? At what cost, Tamar? Come on now, this girl has a pattern of behavior, a pattern of deplorable behavior. I hope it was all worth it. I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. Oh, what I left out was when Chrisean proceeded to interrupt the prayer circle between Toni and Tamar. Toni made an expression. Well, she reacted a certain way. She was like, "What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?" It was priceless. It was priceless. Moving right along to our favorite guy, Mr. Boosie. So he posted, he walked out on The Color Purple 2023, the musical, where he took his daughters with him due to the LGBT scenes in the movie. So what I have to say to him is, before you go see a movie, make sure you do some research and some footwork. The 1985 film has lesbianism in it, but it was very, very subtle. There's also a book by Alice Walker that came out in 1982 that the 1985 movie and the musical that you walked out on is based on. The lesbianism is reportedly more explicit in the book and more blatant. The musical is reportedly based off of the Broadway play and the book, the 1982 book. So there you have that. There's also multiple reviews of the musical that you could have watched. Also, there are reviews of the old movie that you could have watched. So the LGBT part is nothing new. There's nothing new about this. And in 1982 and 1985, LGBT topics were taboo. There's nothing new about this. Shug, showed Celie true love she hadn't felt since her sister Nettie. Mm-hmm. And I don't blame him for not wanting to have his kids see it. I mean, that's his right. I mean, that's his right. But he also needs to do research. Anybody needs to do research before they go see a movie, so they won't end up, posting like he did. Go see the movie. Go do some research about the movie. Then you won't be so surprised and shocked, because the relationship with them is not new. It's not new at all. So there's no excuse. No excuse. And I'm assuming he hasn't seen the 1985 movie, nor has he heard anything about the book. Mm-hmm. Yep. And you just assume everyone's seen the 1985 version, even if they hadn't read the book. But you can't assume that. There's people that maybe just didn't pay attention and didn't watch it or haven't seen it at all. And, that happens. It happens. Yeah. And he was also saying in the post that there's an agenda being pushed. But I already went through all that. So, and also, Tamar stated that she invited Chrisean something to the effect of that she identified with her, what she's gone through and all that. Yeah. Okay, you all. Have a good one.